And we take it even deeper still. I so love the world that I gave it all of myself. I poured myself into it as an act of love. I reached down towards that which was confused, that which was suffering, that which was conditioned. I consciously poured myself into it, knowingly, knowing the challenges, knowing the difficulties, as an act of love, as an act of redemption. And here I am. And as soon as I forget why I'm here, as soon as I forget that I am here as an act of love, as an act of redemption for the difficulty, and of course to experience the beauty of existence as well, that there's a certain sense of outrageous lavishness to pouring yourself into our incarnate existence. Generally, what we hear about incarnating is that it's in some version of a mistake, right? So your personal feeling of how that feels and has played out in your life, it's universal. That's why people have felt that from time immemorial. They come up with the ideas of its original sin. You know, it's Adam's fault. He screwed up in the Garden of Eden, and so now we're here paying for it. In other words, we're some sort of living mistake. We made boo-boos in our karma long ago, and now we're paying dearly for it. And there's all different sort of suggestions, and some of them may have some truth to it. But at the deepest level, at the level of spirit, there's something deeper than any of these negative reasons and interpretations. I would suggest that also in our spirit, that each of us poured ourselves into this life as an act of love. To redeem the denial, to redeem the self-denial, to redeem the confusion, to redeem it, to bring that presence to it. And that stands in such stark contrast of how many of us human beings think of ourselves, doesn't it? Such stark contrast that it can be hard to let in that in my innermost nature, I've actually poured myself in. There's a danger, though, of pouring yourself into incarnation. Is in the act of the transition, there's a realm of forgetfulness. It's just part of what happens with form. There's a forgetfulness that almost always happens. And we come in, and by the way, we all knew what was going to happen. Spirit knows forgetfulness is part of the journey. It knows. But it's pure love. So it has no hesitation. It will throw itself into anything. And so it forgets, and then there you are, incarnated or half incarnated, right? Wondering, what am I doing here? Or feeling like you're a walking mistake, or because of that forgetfulness is part of the human journey also. And that plays out in different people in different ways, doesn't it? Your way is just a particular way that it plays out. Everybody has had their own ways that it plays out. But can you feel any resonance with what I'm saying, with that part where something about you, something within you poured yourself into this incarnation, into this moment?
I see it in my... I remember the first time when I was 16 and I took my initiation. and I was given a mantra, I swore to myself that I would never skip a day or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the last 6 years, I've done it like 95% of the days or something. And I see this, like I see this commitment to really wanting to know myself and to be true. And to give, to help. And I don't even know how I'm going to do that, but
I'll tell you how. The first step, the most important step, is to receive. Is to receive. It's great that you have your commitment and that you have fidelity to your commitment. That's beautiful. But it's not just about the commitment, right? Because if it's just about a commitment, it can be like, an old couple that goes, at the end of their life, we're like 90 years old, and God damn it, we hate each other to death, but we made it and we didn't get divorced. No. We stuck with it, right? So commitment is beautiful as long as you realize that the fundamental commitment is the commitment to love. That's the real commitment. And for most human beings, to let that in, it's its own sort of beautiful, as St. John of the Cross said, it's the flame that burns me up but gives me no pain. Because you wouldn't think we would have resistance to that kind of love, but that's part of the forgetfulness. So add that to your commitment.